Welcome back to Real Estate Mindset. Today's video is going to be absolutely bonkers. Now, the data is in, and realtors right now are getting absolutely wrecked, with only 40% of realtors having confidence in their job currently, topped with the National Association of Realtors expecting 10% fewer memberships this year. So in other words, you guys, realtors right now in the real estate industry is absolutely getting beat down. Now, here's the thing. That's not necessarily a bad thing. And as they say, cream always rises to the top, meaning that most realtors that get into the industry, especially if they're new, have false expectations about how the industry works. And sadly, the industry does not create strong, honest, data-driven realtors. It creates emotionally charged cheerleaders. It is what it is, guys, but that's what we'll be talking about on today's video. And if you guys can't understand, I'm not a financial advisor, even though my bio is as a realtor. So I'm emotionally charged, but I'm also a loan officer. I'm also an instructor in real estate in Texas. And if you guys can't understand also that I am a renter, a father, a husband, an American, someone that's super frustrated with this situation. If you guys can't help me with my journey, please, you guys, help me with my journey. All I'm asking you to do is please like this video, share it if you can. Also, if you can share it, that'd be nice. But either way, like it, subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget, y'all, shoot me a comment below. But either way, we'll start the video today by hopping into our first article from the National Association of Realtors, just to get a better idea of some characteristics of realtors that I think that you guys are going to find extremely interesting. Now, this will be linked in my description. The name of this article is Highlights from the NAR Member Profile. Starting with business characteristics of realtors. What I found really interesting is that 21% of realtors hold their broker licenses. To me, y'all, that is insane. That means 1 out of every 5 realtors has a broker license. Are you kidding me? We have too many realtors, and it appears we also have too many brokers. And when I look back at all the agents that I've known over the years, you know, there's not 1 out of 5 that actually got the broker's license. I know several that got their broker's license, but I definitely thought that was intriguing. Now, also what I felt was intriguing is the typical realtor had 8 years of experience. This is as of 2022. So I also found that remarkable because honestly, that's a good time frame. 8 years of experience, that's not bad. You know, if I were to say how many years do you need in the industry to be good at your job, I would say a minimum of 5. So I love the fact that most realtors have 8 or more years of experience, because the reality is this job is hard. Being a realtor is hard. You don't get any leads, you get very little support, and you crash and burn all the time. I also feel like this was very interesting. Business activity of realtors. Most realtors worked 35 hours per week in 2021, the same as last year. So that's interesting. I would question that. I don't know that most realtors work 35 hours per week. Maybe I'm wrong, you guys, because they do work weekends, but mostly they work during the weekends. So I found that also very interesting, 35 hours per week on average, right? Like, I get the people that are really good at their job working that much, but the average realtor, surprising. Now, here's what's interesting. The typical realtor earns 16% of their business from repeat clients and customers, and 20% through referrals. So what this means here is cheerleading. This is all cheerleading. This is why there's such big cheerleaders. 1/3 of their business comes from cheerleading. Actually, more than 1/3 of their business comes from cheerleading. Very interesting. This is beautiful right here. Income and expenses of realtors. Now, pay attention to this. Realtors with 6 years or more of experience had a median gross income of $85,000. That's up from $75,000 in 2020. Now, compare this to realtors with 2 years or less of experience that had a median gross income of $8,800. So the average realtor that has been in the business for less than 2 years, their average income, y'all, $8,800. Let's go to this last thing here, office and firm affiliation of realtors. This is very interesting as well. 31% of realtors work for a firm that was bought or merged in the past 2 years. More than likely, we'll see that explode as we go into 2023. I've already started seeing it in my local market here as far as merging of brokers or one broker buying out another broker. It's happening, you guys. The consolidation is happening in the real estate market. There is no doubt about that. I am on the ground floor. I am on the front lines, and I can tell you it's taking an absolute beating right now. Quite frankly, there's just not enough business to go around. And again, realtors are paying that price, but not only realtors, also loan officers and lenders, and really anyone in real estate, title companies, escrow companies. But let me jump into the other article right now. So we'll spend a lot of time in this insider article, y'all. The name of this article is A Brutal Reckoning for Real Estate Agents. Many won't survive the housing crunch. And before I dig into this, if you're a realtor and you watch my channel, understand this, okay? I'm not trying to pick on you. I just wish we had a different industry and we taught different principles. And I can tell you this, if you're a realtor, all you need to do, okay, just in my opinion here, I'm not giving personalized financial advice, okay? But all that I needed to do is be forthcoming and honest and use the data to help people. If you use the data, if you're honest and transparent, you're already going to be more successful and more valuable than 95% of the realtors. I'm telling you guys, remember, my mom taught me that. She didn't teach me the data part, but being forthcoming and honest. So again, be forthcoming, be honest, and understand how to generate the data like I'm showing you on my channel. Create market analysis and just study the data. That's really all y'all got to do. And then obviously everything else kind of falls into place, but houses sell themselves. Let's be honest. Now, this article will go into a couple new agents and their stories, and then go into some data that's actually very interesting as well. Now, it'll start like this. When Christiana Arnold closed her first sale as a real estate agent in December, she hoped it would provide a springboard to more deals and the start of a promising career. But almost 4 months later, Arnold is still trying to close her second deal. So again, it's not all it's cracked up to be, y'all. People think they could become realtors and make a ton of money, and you can, but understand, that could be extremely difficult because not only is there a lack of training, the competition, y'all, is insane. It's absolutely insane. But nevertheless, like I said, you want to be ahead of 95% of the realtors, forthcomingness, honest, data. That's it. Now, Arnold, who lives in Michigan, paid $89 in October 2021 for a self-paced online course to become a real estate agent. So I just wanted to point out, y'all, that that's really all it takes, right? That's how you start. Obviously, when you pay for your memberships and you pay for your dues, you may be out of pocket another $1,000, but she paid $89. And that's why I keep telling y'all, get your license so that you can access the data with me. That way we don't have to rely on toxic cheerleaders. So again, I'm going to say, get your license. You may want to get your license, access the data. That's all I'm saying, okay? She could do it. If I could do it, anyone can do it. That drop off has made the past year a struggle, Arnold told me. The first service she enlisted to help her find clients scammed her out of $600. Or the lead system just didn't work and she was upset about it, which is usually the result. And that December deal didn't provide the financial windfall she needed. Even though Arnold represented both the buyer and the seller, the $57,000 sale netted her only $2,300 in commission. Y'all, that's still what, 4%? That's still a ton of money when you look at it as a percentage term. But either way, let's keep going. Hardly enough to cover various fees she pays to her brokerage, the National Association of Realtors, and the company that sends her leads, and the multiple listing service, a database where she can see homes for sale in her area. And that's what I want y'all to have access to, the MLS, multiple listing service. She occasionally worked at a bar and delivered pizzas to supplement Beyonce's income and support her 6-year-old son. Despite the setbacks, she's not giving up hope yet. I remember Scott Walters did a piece on how the pizza delivery man is actually your realtor. It actually is, unfortunately, sadly true. I love my job. I love the flexibility of it. The only thing I don't like is the financial insecurity that comes with it. So she loves the flexibility because she probably is not working, right? If she's not making money, it's not working. I mean, to me, that would stress me out. If I'm working, I'm not making money, that's going to stress me out. But daunting statistics that didn't stop a wave of hopeful deal makers from testing the waters earlier in the pandemic when booming home prices promised hefty commission checks. The number of realtors grew by more than 156,000 in the combined years of 2020 and 2021, according to the NAR, and peaked to a record high of 1.6 million agents in October. Jeez, that is a lot, y'all. That is a lot of agents. As the pandemic home buying craze now seems like a distant memory, the slowdown in sales has forced a reckoning among real estate agents who must decide whether the shrinking returns are worth the thousands of dollars and countless hours they're pouring into their business. The challenges are most pronounced for newer agents who are still building up their networks, face fierce competition from their veteran counterparts, and haven't yet weathered a downturn such as this. It's a fierce industry, y'all. It is a fierce industry. It's not all it's cracked up to be. The spring home buying season, when sales typically pick up and continue rising through the peak summer months. So I just highlighted this, y'all, because spring's here. When spring comes, buying season starts. So again, it makes sense that we had a small bleep upward because it's seasonal. And that's also what happened in 2008. In 2008, Q2 of 2008, we had an increase in median sales price and then a whiplash straight down in median home price. So kind of similar to what's going on here, in my opinion. But through the summer months will be a crucial test for agents of all experience levels. A rising tide is no longer lifting all boats, and the industry is bracing to find out who's in it for the long haul. And again, that is not necessarily a bad thing. That will probably weed out the weaker realtors, and that's good as consumers, so it's easier for us to find exceptional realtors, because exceptional realtors do exist. A low barrier to entry, but a high barrier to success. That is a great statement right there. Now, Jessica has seen this before. A second generation realtor, she's watched plenty of people come and go from the business. She began working at a title company in 1999 before getting her real estate license in 2005. She survived the housing market's 2008 crash, something of a badge of honor among seasoned agents. And I also have that badge of honor, y'all. I have the badge of honor. Isn't that great? And now as the president of the Denver Metro Association of Realtors. Congratulations. The organization's membership rose to a record 9,500 in September, a 20% increase from 2 years prior, prompting the group to hold packed orientation sessions for new members twice a month. Now they're expecting a scaling back in the frequency of 10% reduction in membership. So they're preparing for a 10% reduction of membership. Again, y'all, I'm telling you right now, that's not a bad thing for consumers. We want strong realtors, not weak realtors. And again, if you're a realtor and you watch my channel, understand what I'm saying. First of all, I'm saying that just by watching my channel should give you a leg up on what's going on in the market. And that alone should put you ahead of your peers. Truth, honesty, data. I'm going to just keep shouting that out. Truth, honesty, data. That's what you need. Everything else is a lot easier to get. We know there'll be a decrease. We went through the same thing back in 06 and 07. There was just an unprecedented amount of realtors coming in. Just as the housing market goes through booms and busts, so do the ranks of real estate agents. Take the chaotic 2008 cycle. In 2006 alone, NAR added nearly 100,000 members and reached a peak of roughly 1.4 million. By early 2012, after the bubble bust, memberships have plummeted all the way down to 964,000. And just as the number of realtors swelled during the pandemic boom, the ensuing slowdown has already led to a decrease of about 74,000 members in the 5 months since the October peak. It's too early to say whether this is a seasonal dip, which typically occurs in the winter each month, or a sign of long-lasting reduction. But Lawrence Yin, the chief economist for the National Association of Realtors, acknowledged these are tougher times for agents, could lead to a smaller head count. The real estate industry is fiercely competitive, with many entrepreneurs competing for clients. Yun said in an emailed statement, naturally, with fewer home sales, some will leave the industry. All right, so take a look at this chart right here. This is pretty cool, y'all. So this is the membership count for the National Association of Realtors. So, taking a look back in the last boom, I mean, look at it. It absolutely skyrocketed until about September of 2007, and it went plummeting, y'all. Went plummeting downward. So look at, same thing happened right here. Record number of realtors coming back in like, oh my gosh, it's raining money. It's raining money. It's raining money. Psych. Again, what they're saying is it's still too early to tell. In order for a trend to form, we need multiple periods of time with that trend, right? Or it's not necessarily a trend. But this looks like it could be the start of a downward trend. And why wouldn't it be? There's way less business. There's fierce competition. People are making, barely any money. I mean, it's, again, it's not all it's cracked up to be. So I expect this to start plummeting downward. I'm just wondering how fast this is going to go down and by how much. Even before mortgage rates began their climb last year, the frenzied market presented its own challenges for agents. A decade of underbuilding left first-time homebuyers scrambling to compete against investors and older, weathered repeat buyers, which made it tougher for agents to help their clients get into the home of their dreams. Desperate buyers could make as many as 30 offers and spend countless hours elbowing through open houses before they finally won out. But y'all, did they really win? I mean, look at all of the buyer's remorse. Even people that have $100,000 in equity and 3% are complaining that they shouldn't have purchased so quickly. Just saying, probably should listen to them. You're watching buyers who want to waive inspections and cover appraisal gaps, and every instinct in you is going, oh my gosh. It's hard to sit back and watch people be that vulnerable. So I like that. That's a good realtor. That's a realtor that understands y'all. This isn't normal. There's huge risks in what you're doing. I don't know who this person is. I'd like to meet them. I love that answer, y'all. I absolutely love that answer. And I also found it interesting that they keep saying underbuilding. It's not that we had underbuilding. It's that the Federal Reserve released the floodgates of demand. Doesn't matter how much supply we have when you just release the floodgates of demand. This goes on. Yet those were still boom times for agents. In 2021, the typical agent had 12 transactions, not bad, up from 10 in 2022. And their median sales volumes increased to 2.6 million. That's actually pretty good, especially for the average agent. A year-over-year jump of about 24% according to NAR. Agents, however, with 16 years or more of experience saw their median income raised to $85,000. And to put this in perspective, 2.6 million, usually y'all, a realtor will start out with getting 3% of that. All right, I'll pull up a calculator real quick just to show you how much commission that is normally. I'll put 2.6 million in here. Times 0.03 is $78,000. So 12 transactions, $78,000. That's a lot of money, y'all. And I know some realtors work hard. That all began to change in late spring of 2022 when the Federal Reserve began raising interest rates to tamp down inflation. That translated to higher mortgage rates, ominous economic forecasts, and a lack of listings, which have spooked both buyers and sellers in the years since. Each month, Fannie Mae's Home Purchase Sentiment Index measures how consumers are feeling about home prices, mortgage rates, their job security, and most importantly, whether they think it's a good time to buy or sell a home. The index, which ranges from 0 to 100, came in at a middling 61.3 in March, near the all-time low set in October and down from COVID-era peak of more than 80 in summer of 2021. This is a true statement. It's a terrible time for buyers. Amen. I like this person. People are still trying to hold on. They're still trying to claw their way into a home, and that's not normal, y'all. That's not normal. We shouldn't have to fight for a home. We should be able to get the home of our dreams because it's a massive investment. It costs a ton of money. Do y'all agree with me on that? Maybe y'all don't agree. Okay, just let me know if y'all agree with me. Okay, the gloomy market mood is driven by factors that all discouraged home buying activity. Just as many buyers were incentivized in 2020 and 2021 by mortgage rates that were at near record lows. There were record lows. The surge in rates over the past year has dramatically cooled buyers' interest, but it's also priced out half the nation. Let's not forget all the people that are priced out that would normally have bought. They would, some people would even still buy right now. It's just they got priced out. I'm telling y'all. The typical rate for a 30-year mortgage has surged above 6%, more than double the average at the same point in 2021. So interest rates, y'all, have absolutely skyrocketed, and that has rocked the entire market. This has left real estate agents fighting over the dwindling pool of listings. In fact, there were more than twice as many realtors in March as active homes listed on the market. That is insane. So 1.5 million agents compared to only 563,000 homes. Man, it is a bad time for agents right now. And here's the active listings, y'all. And here's the active listing charts, y'all. This is one of the reasons why they're suffering so much. Now, obviously, we had a downward seasonal trend, but obviously, we're now entering the hot months of inventory, and this should start skyrocketing, especially May, June, July. So as you can see, it usually always skyrockets, but it generally inventory doesn't skyrocket at this pace. So we had a skyrocketing of inventory, seasonal drop. More than likely, we'll have an additional skyrocketing upward. I actually have bets with some of my subscribers that we're going to hit 1 million active listings this year. The sluggish market has thrown what was once seen as a lucrative career pivot into doubt. In Cha, a 46-year-old former fashion designer got her real estate license in fall after moving to a suburb of Pittsburgh with her husband and 9-year-old son. The first home she marketed on behalf of an owner sold within a few days of listing in November. Again, it wasn't hard, and houses sell themselves. That's why I keep saying use the data, because the houses sell themselves if it's priced right. Always if it's priced right. How do you know if it's priced right? The data. Y'all see the data. But now she and the more experienced agents at her brokerage share a common problem. They can't find enough homes for their clients who are looking to buy. Only 4 in 10 new real estate agents are confident they'll be able to have a long-lasting career in the industry. That is shocking. So 60% of new agents, they don't think they're going to make it. 60%. Getting into the industry as an agent, there is a low barrier of entry and a high barrier to success. And it's going to go on, y'all. I'm going to read this last part here. A long-term investment. Of course, for every housing market downturn, there's an upswing on the horizon. Now, this could ultimately benefit those who are able to hang on, since the thinning ranks will lessen competition and things stabilize. And here's the thing, y'all. If you do weather the storm, I'm telling you, the knowledge that you're going to get from the cycle that we're in housing right now, it's going to make you great. Even if you don't have a license, say you listen to my channel, it motivated you to get your license, you got your license right now, the next 3 years, especially, you guys, is going to teach you so much. And I know it can be expensive getting your license, but I'm telling y'all, if, for example, I'm a realtor, if I buy a house, I can use the commission as my down payment. That's really the only thing you can use in lieu of your own money as a down payment. You can actually use your commission. Plus, again, the data. The fact that I can access data is so valuable for myself as a future homeowner of a primary residence. That's obviously what I'm looking for. Regardless, y'all, all I'm saying is just think about it. In conclusion, especially if you're a realtor, you're gonna need to buckle down, and you will need to empower yourself with strategies and techniques on how to use the data to understand what's going on in the market. Now, if you're a consumer, here's the thing. Shop your realtor, y'all. We got pizza delivery people. We have fashion designers that are supposed to help us with the largest transaction of our lives. Consumers that are listening, please shop your realtor right now. Even if you're not going to buy a year from now, that's fine. That's even better. It puts you in a great spot. If you're not going to buy from a year right now, it gives you a great opportunity to shop your realtor. Please shop your realtor. Have them do the market analysis. Let the data find the deal. Now, other than that, you guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you guys got some new insights, value, and perspective. And if you're out there investing in real estate, I wish you luck, and I hope you win.